please welcome to the stage the very funny Janelle Niles, ladies and gentlemen.
Gwegwe. My name is Janelle Niles. I am a First Nations Mi'kmaq and Black woman from Sabaganagadi, Nova Scotia. Thank you. And I am scared to do mushrooms because I do not want to forgive my mother.
I have a very interesting relationship with milk. I grew up in Truro, Nova Scotia, which is located on Mi'kmaq territory, it's Sabaganagadi. And I was about 10 years old when most of the black side of my family moved to Ottawa, Ontario. I just remember being a kid, being told to pack, and all of a sudden we were on a train. But I was just happy I had my twin sister Jolene with me because I could go anywhere with her. And we just held hands and took on this journey that we had no idea what we were going to do.
It was 2001. My mom was a single mother of 3, and we kept getting evicted out of home after home. And I think it was because she liked to blast reggae music. She would say the neighbors only complain because they're racist. Okay, in that case, play Kid Rocks all summer long and we'll have a roof over our heads.
I remember being a preteen living in Vanier at this motel, and it was just this little strip motel. It was disgusting, to say the least. It was run down, and the clientele weren't the most, well-to-do people. And we weren't in a well-to-do situation. The first second that door opened, I knew I wasn't going to have a good time because there was no fridge, right? There's no fridge to keep my milk cold.
So let's fast forward. I remember being a preteen at the time, and in that situation, some kids would resort to drugs or alcohol to cope. I resorted to my strange addiction, milk. Homogenized milk, homo milk. Because I'm so gay. I'm also lactose intolerant.
I remember it was weird going to school, living in a motel. I had to go to class. So we would wake up in the morning, I'd take my milk out of the sink, I'd make some cereal, or we'd have a muffin, and then we would have to grab the bus to go to our school. We didn't have a washer and a dryer, so we tried to keep our clothes clean by washing them in the bathtubs and hanging them to dry so they weren't the softest clothes. I remember even getting my menstrual cycle, my moon time, living in a motel and making sure we could keep ourselves clean and making sure we had the appropriate, pads or tampons. And living in a motel, you have no privacy. Like, you think you don't have privacy living in a home with 3 bedrooms and your parents. Imagine living in a space that just has 2 beds and a bathroom.
Like some would count sheep to sleep, I was counting bed bugs. Right? But no fridge. That was the biggest issue for me, right? Because I need to keep my milk cold. So I'm crafty. This is what I did. Every 2 hours, I'd take the ice bucket and I'd walk out and I'd pass all the pimps, all the police, all the cockroaches having a knife fight, And I'd fill the sink with ice to keep my milk cold. No one could brush their teeth. Use the toilet. So during this time, our family was put on the housing list by Big Daddy government. 5 years, they said. 5 years. That's a lot of pimps. That's a lot of ice. But within a better part of a year, I was hustling ice near the end, okay? I was hustling ice. You need your beer cold, you need your potato salad fresh, you come to room 103, okay? I am the pimp now. So the point of my story, thank you so much. The point of my story is that I learned to control the uncontrollable, to find anything to distract me from my hellscape. And after a year, boom, we got housing, right? That's amazing. They must have heard about my hustle.
I've lost every single item I've ever owned as a kid. I've never been able to keep a toy. I was never able to keep an article of clothing because we moved so much. In my 30s, I've been able to hold on to something, and I'll never let go of milk. I think that's the biggest thing. I'll never let go of milk. I tackle tough topics through humor because if I can make it funny, it loses its power over me. So if I talk about growing up in that tumultuous upbringing and my past, I'm able to laugh about it. And then I kind of feel alleviated, if you will. It takes that monkey off of my back. And I did that watching, just for laughs as a kid, watching Paul Mooney or Richard Pryor and them talking about their upbringing or their lives or their experiences in such a way that it was making people laugh, but they were talking about such dark topics, but also making me laugh, and they're laughing and we're laughing with them. And that's a great tool. Everybody needs that. And with people on both sides, my Black side and my Indigenous side, we both heal through humor, and it's just part of our culture. So I think it was just, I was born this way. I was born to do this.
I learned tragedy plus time equals comedy. And now I look back and I see a young girl who is just trying to live in the chaos and keep her wits about her. And now today I am a stand-up comedian making jokes out of tough topics. I have made it. Thank you. And I am forever grateful to open my fridge, grab a glass of homogenized milk after I take my lactase, and I drink it down like I'm Homelander from The Boys. Got housing? My name is Janelle Niles. Walal and Chimagwich, that is my story. Thank you. Thank you.